Right then, so I believe that seems to be working. So again, if anyone in the comments can let me know, I'm just going to turn that down a bit. So then back to the action. And we've got quite a few interesting strategies going on here, not least at the front where we've got cloudy balloons on the super softs. Sticking with Dark Gamer despite the pink sidewalled hypers. About 4 laps on those at the minute then, so yeah, they should be okay for at least another couple of laps. So finally believe you're getting me loud and clear. Sonar, if you can confirm in the chat if it's any good, if there's any echo, or if I need to do any fine tuning on the levels. Other than that, we've got a battle on our hands, because if I go the right way, we've got cloudy balloons into the final corner, going around the outside of Dark Gamer, starting to put him under some pressure as we go into lap 6, and this is the point where those hypers will start to give up. Cloudy balloons using all of the track and then some into turn 1. And hopefully in a few minutes I can stop worrying about the technical issues and get on with this race, because we've got quite a good one shaping up. We've got a couple of battles with Man Like Donkey as well, all over the back of Palmer, although he Parker, sorry, not Jolyon, as he's run a little bit wide a moment ago and just dropped back again. Right, just going to try a different setting there. So again, Sonar, if you can keep posting the updates, they'd be much appreciated. Obviously things aren't going to run perfectly smoothly on this opening day of F3, but by next week we should all be no issues. But in the meantime, we're going to try our best, and we've still got cloudy balloons all over the back of Dark Gamer. He can't seem to get ahead, but you feel if he could, he'd break away from the Sauber, because he does seem to have quite a lot of pace at the minute, with these super softs obviously in very good condition. What's the status of our fan favourite Philip then? He's in quite a battle further down for 11th, well 10th, 11th, 12th and 13th. He's having to defend from Leprovic. Right, so I've just changed the setting because Sonar's told me it's low. Hopefully I've managed to get back somewhere around where it was. And Dark Game has been overtaken then, so we've missed that one, I'm afraid, as Philip goes into the pits. So, and they're still together as we go into the hairpin. And on the way out then, it's Cloudy Balloons who's made the move stick. And can he defend now though, because Dark Gamer's got the DRS. Oh, and there's contact! What on earth happened there? Cloudy Balloons has got damage, and well, it's unfortunate. That's not something we want to see in the league. Yeah, well, as we say, it was unfortunate contact on the straight, but a reaction like that's not ideal. But that's the end of the race for Cloudy Balloons, and it leaves Dark Gamer out on his own up front, because Parker now is almost 6 seconds behind, albeit on the ultra softs, so should be able to go a good bit further. Who's looking strong now then? Black Mamba in the other Sauber, not looking too bad on the super softs. He's just 6 tenths behind Donkey. And what have we got shaping up further down? Not a lot at the moment. Those pit stops have spread things out quite a bit. And this is turning into a bit of a three-way fight for second, third and fifth. And Man Like Donkey is in the sandwich of Ferrari power with the Alfa behind him, the Works Ferrari up front. Do any of them pit? No. Philip picks up a penalty, unfortunately. Right, so unless we hear otherwise, I think everything now should be sorted. So let's fully concentrate on what I'm sure will be a brilliant race. Man Like Donkey is settling into his first race in RLH quite well. He's just 2 seconds off Parker, who's been racing in the F1 category up until now. He's dropped back to F3 and I believe also competing in F2, so he's a busy man, and now we'll be looking to make inroads into the lead of Dark Gamer. As we say, it's a good few seconds now after the demise of Cloudy Balloons. But we've got Black Mamba with the DRS open then, so this is a move that's been coming for a couple of laps. He's up the inside, textbook move. Can he get it stopped? Yes. Can he keep it out of the wall? Just about. And Cloudy Balloons, they're not not seeming too happy, unfortunately. We'll see what we can do about that after the race. We want to try and keep everyone happy, of course. Yeah, it's just unfortunate. These things happen. Bossmots, what's he up to? It's been no man's land at the minute. We'll try and give everyone some screen time because there's not too many close battles at the minute. Black Mamba has gapped Man Like Donkey. Parker's actually starting to make some inroads into Dark Gamer. I wonder if the Alpha's trying to stretch those hypers, maybe to look at a one-stop straight to the supers. It's possible. I wouldn't say it's the quickest strategy, but it's a good get out of jail card on the hypers as he comes into the pits flat out by the looks of it. So where's this going to bring him out? As we've got Leprovic out. Where's that happened? Down the back of the circuit, just before the hairpin. Looks like he's dropped it well after the corner, so I wonder if he's got a bit of a tank slapper. So that leaves us with just, what, 11 cars now, and that puts Philip in the points. But what's going on? Why is he seemingly running slowly? Is everything okay with Philip? Does he have damage? No? Maybe just a bit of lag there. It looked like he was... No, he is. He's definitely running slowly. Not sure what's happening with Philip. Timmy the Turtle in 11th place. We'll be hoping there's some sort of issue because he'll be looking to benefit and get into that final points position as Tudanel pits in the Red Bull. Where's he going to come out? Looks like he'll stay ahead of Timmy the Turtle, who's just coming around the final corner. We've got a rev glitch on Dark Gamer by the looks of it, but he's come out in 4th place then, so not looking too bad. How far is he behind the leader? 14 seconds off. It's a very short pit lane here, so it doesn't cost you that much, but Parker will be looking to go a few more laps yet to give him the better tyres towards the end. I assume he'll be going straight to the Super Softs on a one-stop. As well, Black Mamba is doing it the other way around. Looks like he'll go Super Soft to Ultras. And there's not that much action at the moment in terms of wheel-to-wheel racing. I'm sure we can get to know a few people. Of course, we know Philip very well, as he gives the curbs rather a wide berth through the final corner, but keeps it out of the wall. He's in 9th place, so looking to pick up a couple of points. And yeah, he's a guy that's been running in F2 last season, F1 for the first couple of races. Dropped back again, as with Parker, he's dropped back to F3. And it looks like we'll have a couple of spaces available in F3, so if anyone is watching, fancies a crack at some league racing, this is a good entry level to get yourself into. We've got Man Like Donkey in the pits after 11 laps, or 12 laps actually, on that set of ultras. Where's that going to bring him out? Is he going to be somewhere near his teammate? Looks like it, does it? No, his teammate's in the pits behind him, so they're double stacking down at McLaren. They've got rid of Donkey's tyres. They've got Smith's tyres ready. Super Soft's going on. That'll take him to the end of the race. Job done. He's just dropped behind Pete. And is Philip going to get ahead? That's going to be tight as we try and grab them down into turn 2. Philip just behind Smith then. So we've got the two Force Indies line astern now. We've got the two Alphas up the front. And the two McLarens have been in pretty close formation as well. So the teammates sticking together. Unfortunately for Ferrari, we've got one at the front and one at the back at the minute. So they're bookending the grid. We know Timmy the Turtle was involved in that first lap incident. I believe picked up some damage. Yeah, he's pitted. So yeah, a couple of cars involved in that. Callis as well was the unfortunate casualty. It remains to be seen if anyone was at fault for that. So we've got Philip's got ahead of Smith. That's interesting. So the Mercedes driver up into 8th place. Is he going to lose it straight away again? It looks that way. Smith down the inside. Gets it stopped just about. But Philip is going to line him up again. Smith's got the DRS, but Philip got a better run out of the final corner. Can't do anything with it, but Smith's locked up and run a bit wide. Philip with nowhere to go though, unfortunately. Yeah, and stays in 9th place for now. This is the best battle on the track. Although up the front, Black Mamba has started to close in. Oh, Philip, don't get carried away with yourself. Doing a good job at the minute. Keep it out of the wall. And there'll be a few points on offer today because I'm pretty certain we're not going to end with 11 runners. And as Philip then comes down into the hairpin, he's got a good run. Oh, there's going to be contact there, surely. They both run wide off the circuit. Who's going to get the best run out? Right, so Philip then back down the outside. Can he make that one stick? Yes, great move from Philip there. But we're going to have to go up the front because that's not up the front. Black Mamba, the other Sauber, is the one we were looking for because he's only half a second now behind Parker, who potentially is starting to struggle on those ultras. 14 laps. Is he going to pit? Yes. So Parker pits for the Ferrari and he's going to put on the super soft tyres, I would assume. Yeah, so that's going to take him to the end of the race. Where's he going to come out in relation to Man Like Donkey? He's going to be ahead of him quite comfortably. And Dark Gamer just going through turn 2. We've got yellow flags in sector 2. What's happened there? We've got Timmy the Turtle off in the same place he was off at the start of the race, and he's picked up front wing damage. Was there anyone else involved? Wouldn't have thought so. He didn't seem to be running in close formation with anyone else. We've got one of the Alphas coming through. That's Black Mamba, your leader. So Dark Gamer then is 9 seconds ahead of Parker, but on 5 laps older tyres. Parker's got some work to do there if he's going to close that in before the end. Dark Gamer though starting on those hypers, it would be interesting. It would be pretty marginal on those tyres by the end of the race. Black Mamba, he's not pitting for a good while yet. He started on the supers, of course. As Timmy the Turtle's in the pits for that front wing damage. So what tyres is he going to take on? It looks like the Ultras. So that's going to commit himself to yet another stop later on. Number 13 on that car. It's definitely been unlucky for him today. As he exits the pits in what is a pretty lonely 11th place. And if we don't see any further retirements, it's going to be, unfortunately, the only guy without a point. What's going on further back? Oh, Pete's had a bit of an issue at the hairpin and he's got front wing damage, so was there contact with another car or the wall? That's interesting, but I'm pretty sure he's going to go straight on here. Yep, straight into the pits. And what's he going to put on it then, because he's been on these supers for 8 laps. Does he have another set of supers? It looks like that's what's lined up. Yep, supers going on again, so he'll go to the end. And Dark Gamer starting to close in on his teammate Black Mamba. Different strategies, of course. Black Mamba yet to stop. Not the only time we've had 2 Saubers up the front in Canada on different strategies. Back in the BMW days, of course, we had Kubica on low fuel catching Heidfeld, who was going to the end. Heidfeld, unfortunately, had to let his teammate through, and that potentially cost him what would have been his only Grand Prix victory. It turned out to be Kubica's only victory to date, anyway. Unfortunately, don't think he'll be doing too much up the front in the current Williams, but you never know what the future might bring. In this game, in this race, sorry, we've got both the Saubers running very well. We've got was Black Mamba then ahead of Parker, 13.5 seconds. So they'll have quicker tyres at the end, so that could definitely be a battle to watch. Man like Donkey is going to be a bit too far behind to get involved in the podium scrap unless we see any issues. As we say, Dark Game is probably going to be a little bit marginal on tyres, but should be able to manage it. He can definitely manage his pace with Parker 13 seconds now behind. So Philip is up to 7th place as it stands. He's got another stop to make though. He's done 11 laps on that set of Ultras. I believe, did he start on the Hypers? He's going Hyper, Ultra, Ultra. Yeah, so still a few issues going on from the contact earlier on. We'll try and look into that after the race, but in the meantime, let's do some mileage with Philip. How's he getting on? He's 50 seconds off the lead at the moment, and he's got a 4-second lead over Smith, who's going to the end. Yeah, so I think there's definitely a few points on offer for Philip. We'll be looking around 8th place at the moment, if he can keep it up. Boss Mott's though closing in on Herbo. Force India versus Williams, both Mercedes engines of course, and they're both on almost identical tyres then. So it looks like, what, has Herbo done one more lap in qualifying to put them on that? It would appear that way. As Timmy the Turtle compounds his pretty miserable day with a 3-second penalty. So this is the fight at the moment then. Boss Motts versus Herbo for 5th place. and they've got 16 seconds to Philip, who's got to pit again anyway, so this looks like it will be for 5th and 6th come the end. What can Bosmots manage? He's starting to line him up. Herbo's run a little wide, and that's going to be job done, I believe, but that now means Mr. Herbo will get the DRS. Bosmots need a good run out of there then, and he did get that, as we've got Timmy the Turtle. Unfortunately, I think that could be down in the final corner, is it? No, it's... Well, that's bizarre, and thankfully he was ghosted. He's managed to crash sort of in the straight line there. As Mr. Herbo pits then, so that's going to leave him, what, about 14 laps on a set of ultras. Philip's in the pits as well then, so he goes to another set of ultras that's taking him to the end. Where's he going to come out? We've got Tudanel coming down the start-finish straight, and I believe it's going to be very tight actually. Philip's going to go around the outside. Brand new tyres of course on Philip, 10 laps old for Tudanel. So he doesn't need to move straight away, he'll get another chance. And the Red Bull will have to pit again anyway, so just bide your time, Philip. Don't know if you can hear me, if you're watching the stream, but, well, he's got out of the way anyway with a bit of a mistake there from the Red Bull. Timmy the Turtle then seemingly got a puncture, so that's an interesting one. He'd only done 3 laps on that set of tyres, so I don't know if he's hit something that's given him a puncture or what, but unfortunately he's out of the race, so it means that everyone finishing the race will get a point. So keep it on the track, boys. Black Mamba has dropped behind his teammate Dark Gamer somewhere, whether he's led him through or that's been an overtake on track, I'm not sure, but Black Mamba is now into the pits. And who else have we got in? We've got the Red Bull of Tudanel, so he's on the way out of the pits. He's only just behind Pete on 5-lap old supers, so that could be one to watch in the next couple of laps. Yeah, so Wimaloo, all I can say is I'm glad I'm not you at the moment. Yeah, that's... Yeah, controversy straight away in F3 then. Didn't take long, only 6 laps into... Yeah, only 6 laps into this race and we've already got quite a lot of stuff to sort out come the end of the race. But who's making any inroads at the moment? Bosmot still hasn't pitted on his supers. He's in now, so where's that going to bring him out in relation to Man Like Donkey and Mr. Herbo? Because that could be a bit of a race come in. Actually, no, Man Like Donkey's going to clear him. Yep. But where's the Williams driver? He's into the final corner. Bosmot's still at the pit lane speed limit. Mr. Herbo picked up a 3-second penalty in his haste to get down to the first corner. But he's going to be behind Bosmot's. So Bosmot's, despite the later stop, He's now got 3 lap fresher tyres as well. So who needs to pit again? Dark Gamer's already done 14, getting on for 15 laps on that set of supers. He could be ready for a set of hypers maybe, or ultras towards the end. He's picked up a penalty there as well, so he doesn't want to be doing that too much. Oh, Parker there running a bit wide, making a little bit of contact with the wall, but it was pretty square on, so he should get away with that. But he's in a pretty safe second place at the moment, and if Dark Gamer does have to pit again, he's within range of making it ahead of him. So yeah, he just needs to keep calm at the moment. He's doing a good job in the Ferrari. Black Mamba 4.4 behind at the moment on fresh ultras. So that's yeah, that could be an emerging battle in the next couple of laps. Like 26 of 35 then, so we're definitely getting our way through this race. Not too much going on elsewhere. The pack's pretty spread out at the moment. So yeah, so 14 people started this race. I believe 2 people unfortunately couldn't make it. So we've got a few spaces left on a permanent basis in the F3 League. There's also F4 open as we... Oh, Man Like Donkey's dropped it. Is that through the final chicane? It looks like it. We're going to go through there with Boss Mots. Yeah, he's... Yep. Dropped it through the final chicane, so the Wall of Champions has claimed another victim. That's unfortunate for Man Like Donkey because he was looking strong in that 4th place. So it's looking like an all Ferrari powered podium as it stands. Boss Mott's pretty comfortable now ahead of Herbo. So unfortunately Man Like Donkey not going to be picking up any points today. Puts Philip up into 7th place, and he's on fresher tyres and a stage softer than Smith, so he could even be looking at a 6th place here. You can see Smith just down the road there, so there's definitely plenty of motivation as we come into the final third of this race. Black Mamba, yeah, he can see Parker ahead of him, so that gap's come down. You can see the position change from the start then. Dark Gamer has led from pole. Parker up 3 places, is he? Not sure why that's not showing an arrow. Looks like he's been up 3 places. Excuse me. Black Mamba up 9, so a very good race for him. Taking those super softs, of course, with having the pre-choice of tyre. Taking those super softs a long way into the race. And Dark Gamer's pitted, so he's pitted for a set of ultras with about 7 laps left. 8 laps left. So that's going to be interesting because it puts him now with 2 cars to overtake and not very long to do it. He's got his teammate ahead of him. Are there going to be any team tactics early on in the season down at Sauber? I wouldn't have thought so. So Dark Gamer's got it all to do himself. It's put Parker on those 12 lap old super softs up the front at the moment. As Boss Mots picks up a penalty now then. So what are we going to have first? Are we going to have Black Mamba looking at Parker, or are we going to have Dark Gamer on the back of his teammate? It's looking like it's going to be the battle of the Alphas pretty soon. It's down to 1.2. It's all closing up here. All of a sudden we've got a 3-way battle for the lead. And we've got, in terms of tyres, the slowest at the front and the quickest at the back of them. So this could close up into a very, very fierce scrap. It's the best battle on the track at the moment, really, or is it? Because Philip is making inroads into the McLaren. Smith on those 15-lap-old supers. He'll be getting into the end just about. He shouldn't have to pit again, but it looks like he's going to have to give up 6th place because Philip is all over the back of him. Clearly a lot more pace in the Mercedes at the moment. And he's going to line him up into the hairpin. Can he make it stick? Very late on the brakes. Is he going to get round? Not quite. But who will get the DRS? And I'm aware that Dark Gamer is all over the back of his teammate. Not only that, they're only 8/10ths off Black Mamba, so we could have everyone with the DRS this time. He's going to go around the outside. Brilliant camera angle there of his teammate defending the inside of the hairpin. And we've got Alphas side by side then. This could all end in tears. No contact, lads, please. Black Mamba appears to have let his teammate go in the end. He has to concede that at the moment Dark Gamer is on the quicker tyres. And that leaves him to hunt down Parker then, who's a bit of a sitting duck, I'm afraid, on old supers. Phillips picked up a penalty, unfortunately. He has got ahead, though, of Smith. He's into 6th place. How much further can he go? Can he start looking at Herbo just 5.5 seconds down the road? But still, this fight rages at the front. Dark Gamer surely is going to be through on this lap. Just 3/10ths now. There's only a second covers the top 3. This is incredible racing as we get into the final 5 laps of this race. It's certainly come alive at the last. Is he going to go down the inside of the hairpin? No. Or is it? Oh, he just sticks his nose up the inside. But he's going to get the DRS now. But Black Mamba certainly won't be letting them get away. There's only 4/10ths covering the top 3. What a race we've got on our hands here. As Parker and Dark Gamer go side by side. Where's Black Mamba going to go? He has to back out of it. But Dark Gamer through. And now we've got Black Mamba and Parker side by side down across the line into lap 31. What a brilliant race this is turning out to be. Certainly no A or B teams here between the Alphas, the Alpha Saubers and the Ferrari. So on those 3-lap-old Ultras, Dark Gamer's going to pretty much disappear into the distance. Black Mamba then, how long is it going to take him to get past Parker? Can he get past Parker? I'm sure we'll find out pretty soon, but Philip is closing the gap. He's down to just 3.7 behind Mr. Herbo now. So getting into the range where penalties can start to decide things. We're not going to have a look. We're going to enjoy the on-track action instead. So Black Mamba, he's going to have the DRS this time round. Is Parker going to go defensive? He's got some telemetry up. He's not got a lot of ERS left, sorry. As, yeah, Black Mamba's made that move stick. So Parker unfortunately dropping further down the podium. It's 40 seconds back to Bossmots, so providing he keeps it on the road, he will at least come away with some silverware. Right then, what's happening with Philip? He's in ERS mode 1 at the moment, so he's doing a bit of harvesting as he plans his attack on the Williams ahead of him. Parker still within DRS range of Black Mamba, just slowly starting to slip away. Black Mamba though, he's only 1.8 behind Dark Gamer despite having to sit behind Parker an extra lap and then get the overtake done, so it's definitely not over up the front between the two Saubers. Dark Gamer certainly can't cruise to the flag. Unfortunately, looks like it's just starting to die out, is it? Or is it? Black Mamba's pegged him in the final sector on that lap. Too close to call, really. It's staying around the 1.92 second barrier. Parker is definitely starting to drop back now. Probably starting to think about settling for that third place. We've already seen Man Like Donkey drop it when he was in a comfortable position, so that would be the last thing that any of the top three want to do. Philip now down and starting to get close to the DRS range. He's not got it this lap, but he'll be getting close as they come round next time. So just 3 laps remaining then for Philip to get the job done. He's got identical tyres to Mr. Herbo, so he's doing a good job to have closed down this gap. As Pete picks up a 3-second time penalty, I believe, through the final chicane. There's been a few penalties here, so it could definitely affect things. It could, of course, still affect things up the front with only 2 seconds between them. I know Dark Gamer's definitely got at least 1 penalty. I can't recall seeing Black Mamba, so who knows. But yeah, we're just going to enjoy the on-track action because Philip is now just 0.6 behind Mr. Herbo. He's giving it everything. Getting the back end out. And he's got plenty of ERS. He's in overtake mode at the moment, so it's not ideal. He could do with saving that for the long back straight because he's going to get DRS as well. Oh, he's all over the curb there. That's cost him a bit on the exit. DRS wide open now. A bit of a delay there, but he's finally got it open. And ERS mode up to the max. Well, up to overtake anyway. And again, he'll get the DRS down into turn 1. Mr. Herbo goes defensive. Can Philip get away down the outside? Bit of contact between them. Don't take each other out at this stage, boys. And Philip, it looks like he's got the move done. So Philip takes what will be a brilliant 5th place. Black Mamba now has dropped to over 3 seconds behind his teammate. So unless there's multiple penalties, that covers that one off. Mr. Herbo, what can he do? Can he come back at Philip? He's got a 5-second gap to Smith behind him, so he should be okay in terms of keeping 6th. Other than that, possibly the Red Bull of today. He's 6 laps younger and he's on the ultra soft tyres. He's only 4.5, but it's looking like he'll run out of time on that one. So we've got Dark Gamer then coming round the hairpin for the final time. It's been a brilliant start to the F3 season for the Sauber team. They're coming away with a perfect score. He's got the McLaren ahead of him, but that won't get in the way because he's going to come through the final chicane for the final time, the 35th time this evening. And he's going to pull to the mechanics on the left-hand side and win the Canadian Grand Prix to take the lead in the Drivers' Championship. And no, he's not. He's dropped behind his teammate. So Black Mamba, on the count back of penalties, picks up the win. And Parker, Parker comes across the line in that comfortable 3rd place. Bossmot's 40 seconds further down. It's been a solid day since Man Like Donkey dropped it. He's inherited that 4th place. Never looked in threat of losing it since then. So a solid start for Force India. Keeps it out of the wall. And across the line to pick up 12 points. But here's the man we're all bothered about, Philip. He's got 1.4 to Mr. Herbo, so he's pretty safe. Don't put it in the wall now. He's going to come across the line and take 5th place for Mercedes, providing he's not got any penalties, has he? He's stayed ahead of Mr. Herbo, so he's picked up a good 10 points, I believe, or did Schmidt get ahead of him? I think Schmidt in the McLaren might have got ahead of him. Yeah, so plenty of Alfa Romeo logos on that podium. Brilliant 1-2 for them, reversed from what the on-track result was. So, despite a few technical difficulties starting the evening, that's been a pretty successful opening F3 race. So yeah, Philip looking pretty happy with that P6. He's got to the end and picked up points. So yeah, it was actually a pretty competitive lap time there, 1:12.7. So he picked up 4 penalties, unfortunately. Schmidt in the McLaren getting away with none. So yeah, that's where that came from. So Black Mamba, Dark Gamer, Parker, Bossmots, Schmidt, Philip, Herbo, Pete, and Tudanel are your classified finishers. And we had DNFs from Man Like Donkey, Timmy the Turtle, Leprovich, Cloudy Balloons, and Callus on the first lap, unfortunately. So, yeah, that's been F3. If you've been watching us tonight, be sure to check out the YouTube, and you can watch the playback of the F1 race that's also been running tonight. Other than that, congratulations to everyone here today. It's been a pretty decent opening race. We'll not be doing any podium interviews today. That will begin next week, hopefully. So yeah, all that leaves to say is thanks for joining us. And now we've got up and running, things will be running a bit more smoothly. So do stick around. And yeah, well done to everyone. Thanks for joining, and hopefully see you next week.